Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel. This is NyandLa. I'm back to give you a message for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Do make sure that you're checking out your other placements for a fuller message. If this message does not apply, please do not force it to fit. If you have Scorpio placements, this is going to be very significant for you. Okay, period. I'm just getting that out there right now. If you'd like to leave me a tip, please do so, love. I would very much appreciate it, especially if this reading did resonate for you. Reciprocity is always very much appreciated. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it, Leo. Yeah, I'm hearing Scorpio heavy. So either you have Scorpio placements or you're dealing with a Scorpio. It's gonna be important. So what message do we have for Scorpio placements? I'm hearing, this is gonna be a love message, straight up. I'm hearing L is for the way you look at me. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Taurus, a Sagittarius. So you're trying to balance your priorities right now. You could be locked in a contract or trying to decide between two contracts and which one works best for you. Capricorn, I'm hearing Capricorn. Something about a Capricorn is significant. Capricorn could be significant. But you're trying to decide what route to take that will lead you to more success or more happiness. That I do definitely see that here. You might be trying to wait. I'm also hearing detest, so something that you don't like is also happening simultaneously while you're trying to make this decision. Can I have more information on the message for Leo placements? I'm hearing pay attention to the details, Leo. We have Virgo placements here. We have Aries as well. Yeah, check out Aries reading also. So you're trying to, okay, so you're trying to come from a place of spiritual enlightenment. You could be spending more time to yourself, reflecting so that you know what it is that you need to do. For some of you guys, you could be also working a lot, and it's like you're using that time while you're working to self-reflect. Like I'm seeing somebody like in their head a lot, like pros and cons, ups and downs, left and right. Okay, I do this because of this, but then I also do this because of that. It's like you're doing a lot of soul searching right now, Leo, and it's because I'm hearing incumbent, but it's because you want to be able to make a decision that comes from a place of power and a place of respect. I'm also hearing, I'm almost kind of getting the vibe that it's like maybe you're trying to be a little bit more mature. Yeah, incumbent. Necessary for someone as a duty or responsibility. Okay, so yeah, Leo, you're trying to become more responsible. You're trying to be more mature, which good for you. And you want to make decisions from a grounded, mature place. That's what I'm seeing right now. So you feel like for whatever reason you need to take time alone to be able to do that. Why is this the message coming through for Leo placements? I'm hearing wisdom. I'm hearing something stupid. So there's like a conflict or drama happening. Here's that Scorpio energy. So the universe is Pluto. If you are a Leo rising, Pluto is in your 4th house. And what Pluto does is Pluto destroys to rebuild in whatever area that it affects. So if Pluto is in your 4th house as a Leo rising, then Pluto has come to regenerate your own traditions, your relationship with your mother, your own foundation, your primary beliefs. It's like your family. It's like Pluto is there because there's something about your familial patterns or something that's happened in your bloodline that you are here to fix. You're here to kill a bad pattern or a toxic pattern and regenerate it into something healthy. Okay, so there could be something, and maybe you're linking it back to your family, which is very possible. Maybe I'm here to tell you that whatever it is, whatever behavior or pattern that you're repeating, it's because of something that's happened in your family. Maybe even a pattern that you might have started to repeat that now you're being called by the universe to go back and reassess. And it could be pertaining to drama or arguments or conflict. It's like you are learning. And it could be, and I say this lovingly, it's not as a shot. With the Page of Cups, the page is very young. So you could be somebody that's always kind of moved from a more logical perspective. And you've not really been one that's been the most in tune with your emotions. Or the most in tune, I got distracted, sorry. The most in tune with your feelings. So it's like, maybe with your logic and thought process and reasoning, you're really well advanced, right? When it comes to your emotional processing, which is very important, you cannot be logical if you are not capable of processing your emotions, because there's an entire aspect of your own motivations that you're not accessing. So it's like if you're somebody that avoids your emotions, I'm sorry to tell this to you, friend, but you're not capable of being logical. Because if you're trying to escape your emotions, so let's say it like this, right? Let's say that you're somebody that is let's say that you're somebody that has been heartbroken a lot or been hurt a lot or betrayed a lot. So it's like you purposefully turn your heart off in decisions so that you can avoid getting hurt, right? But did you really turn your heart off, or are you just hop, skipping, and jumping over the feelings, and then because you're not processing feelings, you don't really know what it is that you want or where you're coming from, because you're not actually accessing where you're coming from. So you're thinking, oh, if I turn my heart off, I can make better emotions. You're making I can make better decisions. You're making shitty decisions, Leo, because you're turning your emotions off. You cannot make a wise decision if you do not know how you feel first, because your feelings fuel your motivations. They do. So like I said, it's like if you are, I'm hearing incumbent, so it's like some of you guys might not realize that the attitudes that you have are very infantilized or very childish because you've not focused on developing your emotional maturity. And maybe you're making decisions and you're making the same mistakes over and over and over again because you're not honoring how you feel. You're actually avoiding how you feel. So now it's like you're trying to make the right decision or trying to be responsible, but maybe you're hitting a wall because you're being forced to acknowledge your emotions. Then you're realizing like, oh, when it comes to my emotions, maybe I'm a little bit more insecure than I thought I was. Maybe I'm not as emotionally, I'm hearing relevant. Maybe you're thinking like, oh, my emotions aren't relevant to the situation, but they are. I wanted to say Scorpio. Check out Scorpio's reading. But they are. Your emotions are the reason why you're acting the way that you are. Your emotions are the reason why you're moving the way that you do. So you need to figure out what your emotions are first before you make your decisions. So let's say that you are angry, but you don't know why you're angry. Or let's say that you're triggered even. Trigger's a really good one, right? Let's say that you're triggered. You don't know why you're triggered because you're too afraid of the emotion associated with the trigger. You're just trying to mitigate being triggered. So it's like, let's say that you and I'm hearing something about your family. Let's say that you and I are having a conversation. We're in a relationship, Leo. Imagine like you and I were a thing, okay? Enjoy it while it lasts. But anyway, you and I are a thing, and let's say that like we're having a discussion and I say something to you that triggers an insecurity from when you were a kid. But you don't realize logically that that's why you're triggered, because all you felt was that pain and immediately you're trying to cover over that pain. Now you're insulting me. Now you're coming for me. Instead of saying, what you said hurt my feelings. I don't really know why. It kind of hit me. Give me a second, but I didn't like that. And giving the other person the chance to even address whatever behavior, whatever comment it was that rubbed you the wrong way. You're just doing shit. You're just acting. And you don't realize that taking that action is just as irrational as me crying all the time. Because at least when I cried, I was able to move past the pain to be able to see clearly what was going on. You're just swimming in a pool of emotion. And you're calling it logic because you're ignoring the fact that you're in a pool. You're still in a pool, babe. You're still in a pool. And that pool needs to be addressed. You need to be able to open your eyes and say, I am in this pool and I'm kind of drowning in it. For you to be able to realize why you're acting the way that you're acting, why you're doing the things that you're doing, why this pattern keeps repeating itself. Are you repeating a pattern and then saying like, oh, I can never have good things? No. Why are you repeating the pattern? You're a commitment phobe. Okay, cool. I keep getting into bad relationships. Why are you getting into bad relationships? What about those bad relationships is attractive to you? Is it the fact that you can leave whenever you want? So you're like subconsciously sabotaging good connections because you realize, oh, that's going to go somewhere, and maybe you don't feel the most confident in yourself as a partner. Maybe you don't like the idea of having to be held accountable in a certain way, but then if you don't, then where is that coming from? Is that coming from your dad and he told you that women are, your mom told you that people are that's resonating with you because I feel like my role? There's a lot that goes into it, and you have to unpack all of that, Leo, because it's definitely looking like you're thinking that because you're coming from a detached place that you're making wise decisions, and you're probably starting to realize now it's like, I don't know, I keep ending up in situations where I'm miserable. You're miserable because you're not acknowledging the misery. What is making you feel miserable? Sometimes it's something that you're doing over and over and over and over and over again, that you're refusing to unpack the reason why you're doing it over and over again. You just want to go, and then every time you feel the heartbreak, oh, whoa, it's me. And then let's go at it again. Nope, stop and feel your feelings, Leo, okay? Stop and feel your feelings. There could be something that you genuinely want that you are fighting against. Why are you fighting against what you want then? If you want it, those are emotions, right? Your desire is there. So there's something that you want and you're fighting against it. Why are you fighting against it? That's what you need to unpack, okay, Leo? So what final messages do we have for Leo in this situation? Some of you guys are lying to yourself about wanting children or wanting a family. That's definitely coming through here. Or there's something that you're not being honest with yourself about. And it could even be like, I'm hearing incumbent. It's like maybe some of you guys want to grow up or need to grow up and you're afraid of growing up, or you're afraid of something. It's almost kind of like maybe you want to be a family person. You want to be more responsible, more grounded. You want to be reciprocal. You want to have a happily ever after, but you keep functioning from this really sneaky win at all costs place. Like, I gotta have the upper hand, or I gotta have the final word, or I gotta whatever. And that is very childish. It just is, because why do you feel that's necessary for you to survive? Why do you want to win? What are you trying to beat somebody at? Like, are you perceiving these connections as like winning and losing? So if I like this person more than they like me, then they win and I lose, and I can't do that. So I have to always be the person that likes the person less, or I have to be the one that has full control and dominion. That way I have the power as to who comes and goes. Is that what it is, Leo? Or is it, you know what I'm saying? It's something like that. But I have to go in. I'm hearing Taurus. Maybe check out Taurus's reading as well. I'm sending you lots of love, Leo. I'm going to go ahead and go into Sagittarius when I get out of my appointment, but I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to check out my bio if you'd like to book a personal reading with me. And send me a tip otherwise, because why wouldn't you do that? Aren't I so cute and cuddly and bitchy sometimes? But like, I mean, well, like bitchy in like a good way, like a cute way, but like a well-meaning. Anyway, I love you, Leo. One of you very specifically a little bit more than the others. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.